Young Rich. Rich McCann stand up. R-A-I-D-E-R-S. 7 state rings, that's some Raiders. Touchdown, all the medals. I see you later. R-A-I-D-E-R-S. 7 state rings, that's some Raiders. Touchdown, all the medals. I see you later. Touchdown. 33, flip, LB, 12.
What's up, everybody? What's up, baby? We are back again on a new podcast from Ball Guys Know It All. I am your host, Mr. John Carter, and this week we have a great podcast for you, all right? Next Tuesday, I will have Skylar Austin along with his dad, Steve Austin. Skylar is a 4-star recruit with offers from Alabama, Ohio State, Penn State, Georgia, Florida State. All the top teams want him, all right? He's only he's a rising sophomore. So we'll discuss what it feels like to be a D1 athlete in 2025 with Skylar, and we'll discuss with Steve the process of getting your child to be a D1 athlete and what it takes to get them there and keep them there. All right. So if you got parents out there that are interested in how to get your athlete to a D1 college, and the work it takes, the energy, the money, the effort it takes, tune in Tuesday, all right? All right, Tuesday at 8 p.m. All right, tonight we got a very special guest. If you can read it on the bottom, you already know what time it is, all right? We are live with Coach Daryl Mason tonight. If you don't know who Coach Mason is, you ain't from Richmond County or Rockingham, all right? But before that, you guys know I got to do that plug for my business. All right, shirt action, baby. If you need them shirts, come and get them.
Welcome to Shirt Action in Rockingham, North Carolina, where creativity meets fabric. Discover our custom printed wonders at www.shirtaction.com or call us at 910-997-2610. We're not just a store, we're your partners in design. Unleash your style with our monthly specials, the hottest deals in town. Local or miles away, Shirt Action delivers personalized perfection. Dive into our vibrant world where ideas come to life on fabric. Join the revolution, dial in, or click your way to www.shirtaction.com now and let Shirt Action transform your wardrobe with your custom order today.
All right, guys. I'm going to throw into the chat right now a link that goes to shirtaction.com. Right now, we got pre-order sales, okay? Pre-order sale for these nice Raider jerseys, all right? Raider fan jerseys. Can't pull it up. Hold on. So I can show you guys how these jerseys look. All right. Glad you guys are here this evening. It's a special podcast for myself. Joey, yes, the legend is here. It's the time on his busy schedule to come and talk to us, all right? The man that showed me the way, the man that kicked me off the football team, the man. Hey, Coach, I got it out early, all right? I got it out early. Now we're done with it. I got it out early. You knew it was coming, so I got it out of the way earlier. But it's crazy because I had a kid last year who I kicked off the team, and I was like, "Dang, that's full circle about kicking kids off teams." But listen, it's a valuable lesson. I'm a 42-year-old man. I still remember it, and why happened. So teach kids lessons. Sometimes you gotta be hard on them for sure. All right. So if you don't know who this is, it's Coach Mason. Coach Mason, Teacher Mason, Big Q Dog, father, grandfather, husband, overall great young man. All right, so let's give it up for Coach Mason. Get my claps together. Coach Mason, what's going on, baby?
Not much. How you doing, John?
And I'm blessed, man. Blessed and highly favored, man. I'm glad to have you on this evening with us, man. Thanks again for joining us.
No problem. No problem.
So if no one living under a rock and don't know who you is, tell them your name and where you're from.
My name is Daryl Mason. Everybody calls me Coach Mason. I'm originally from Belgrade, Florida, better known as the Muck. Born and raised in Florida. I ended up graduating from Riverdale High School in Fort Myers, Florida. Went to Fayetteville State University, left Fayetteville State University in '85, started coaching at Hamlet. That's why I got my first teaching job and first started coaching at Hamlet Junior High School.
Slow down, Coach. Slow down, Coach. You're going too fast. You're going too fast. Rewind things a little bit. So, if you didn't know, Coach Mason is from Florida. I know we know Coach Mason is a diehard Richmond County by now, but the man is from the Muck. And if you know what the Muck is where they say all the speed in Florida comes from. All the fast guys in Florida that run in the cane fields and chase down rabbits. That's where Coach Mason is from.
That's right.
I don't know if he was fast or not back in the days, but he's supposed to be.
I was. I am. I still am.
Oh, come on now, Coach. Somebody gonna try you, call you out now if he's still fast. Somebody call you out. All right, so Coach, going back to your roots. What kind of environment was it growing up in Belgrade?
Belgrade was a predominantly black town. I would say we were probably 80% black. Majority of my teachers were black. The police chiefs were black. The firemen, just a predominantly black town. Belgrade, Pahokee, South Bay, Clewiston, all of those were basically small black communities. And they make up what we call the muck cities. A lot of pro athletes have come out of those small towns. And so Belgrade was agricultural. I tell people all the time, I tell my kids all the time, I picked every fruit and vegetable known to man. That's how we used to make our money. Get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, get on that bus, and go out to the field and pick bell peppers, cucumbers, watermelons, you name it. I picked it. Oranges, tangerines. Probably starting at around about 12.
Okay.
Starting at about 12 years old, going out there in those fields and making that money. And
so you had siblings?
It was a hustle. I have a total of 3 siblings. I have two brothers and one sister, or 2 sisters now. Yeah, 2 sisters.
Okay. And how do you fall in line? Oldest, youngest, middle child?
I am the middle child. I am the 3rd child.
Okay.
My sister was the oldest. My oldest sister was the oldest. Then my brother, they call him Big Red because he was 6. He is about, at that time, he was about 6'2", about 220. They call me Little Red, and they call him Big Red. Yeah.
Hey, Little Red. So mom had y'all out there picking that fruit.
That's right. We had to go out there and make a hustle. We learned to work at an early age.
Really, right? We spoke earlier. You said your mama moved y'all from Belgrade to Riverdale. Could you explain that move and why she made it?
Well, the main reason said Belgrade started to get a little rough around the column. My grandparents had moved to the Fort Myers area, and so basically she wanted to get us away from all the crime that had started there, and she also wanted to stay closer to her mom. So we packed up and she moved us, even though we fussed and raised Cain, she packed us up and moved us near our grandparents.
Right. So is Fort Myers beach, or is it around the beach, or no?
Yes, it is. It's on the West Coast. Fort Myers Beach is on the West Coast. You got Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Naples, Estero, all those towns on the West Coast of Florida. Gulf of
Cape Coral
Mexico.
sounds like some money. Cape Coral sounds like some money. Cape Coral. That name sounds
It
familiar.
is. Yeah.
Okay, I thought
It-
so. All right, so
It takes some money to live in Cape Coral.
okay, I thought so. So growing up, man, you play all sports, basketball, baseball, football, or talk to me.
Growing up, I played football, track, and wrestling. Those are my three
Track,
sports.
fast
Football,
man.
yeah, football, track, and wrestling were my sports growing up. I tried to play baseball when I was around about 12, but that ball hit me in my chest one day in a game. I never played again. They had me on third base, and that ball hit me in my chest. I quit that same day.
So you said you had Big Rig and Little Rig, your older brother. Was he around a lot to bully you during sports, or how that relationship helped you?
My oldest brother was and still is my role model. He was a very popular athlete in Belgrade, and then when we transferred to Fort Myers, he continued his dominance. He was a baseball player, basketball player, and a football player. He played defensive end. He played power forward in baseball. In basketball, he was a pitcher. So I always wanted to be just like my oldest brother. That's why I ended up at Fayetteville State University. I followed him to Fayetteville State University.
Okay. So in high school, playing football and running track, events in track. What you doing in track, events wise?
I did the 400 and the 220.
Grown man race.
Yes,
The
sir.
400 grown man race.
Yeah, you got to be a quarter.
Right,
we call it a quarter horse.
Yeah, grown man race, man. It don't look long, but start running it, you'll see. All right, so coaches back then during your high school or youth, any coaches that come to mind that influence your coaching style or the way you do things?
Yeah, my main one would be probably Coach Rutledge. Coach Rutledge was the defensive back coach at Riverdale High School. Coach McDonald at Glade Central High School in Belgrade. He was a big influence on me. I had a cousin that coached at Pahokee High School, Eli Rowe. He was a big influence. So I had three coaches I would say had a big influence on me, trying to keep me on the straight and narrow.
Okay. So position-wise in high school football, what'd you play?
Well, I started out playing running back and corner. My senior year, believe it or not, I played guard and center. And I'm going to tell you what happened was that my senior year, the majority of our team quit because they didn't like the coach. So we're playing 3A high school football with 17 players.
Iron Man football.
That's all we had left after everybody started quitting. And I refused. Well, that 17 of us, we refused to let Coach Larry Bottom make us quit. So we hung in there. I can't even tell you the way he used to talk to us. He talked real bad to us, but we hung in there. I think that year we went 3-7. We won 3 games.
You won 3 games with 17 players. Yeah. Hey, that's
we won 3 games with 17 players.
Y'all but I ended up offense, defense, special teams,
everything. So I ended up having to go to either playing guard or center because of my wrestling background and tussling. So
yeah,
that's why I played at my senior year.
Gotcha. So you said Fayetteville State because your brother went there before you, right? So you just following his footsteps. Did you know anything about Fayetteville or North Carolina besides he went there?
No. I didn't know anything about North Carolina. Didn't know anything about Fayetteville State other than that my oldest brother was there, and he came home for Christmas one year. That was 81. Matter of fact, December of 1980. I graduated from high school June of 1980, and he came home that Christmas, December of 1980, and said that the coach wanted to give me an opportunity to play football again. So I had a 76 Nova. I quit my job. I packed it up, and I took off, and he and I went back to Fayetteville State. I got back to Fayetteville State campus on January 17th, 1981. I never looked back.
The brain real
I've been
sharp.
in North Carolina ever since.
Cool. So getting to Fayetteville State, was it a culture shock, or you fit right in with your brother and his friends?
Man, I fit right in because the football team consisted of about
Florida boys.
a whole bunch of us. I think it's
Florida
about 20
boys.
of us from Florida, and about 15 were from Palm Beach County, which is my home county where Belgrade is located.
Correct.
And so I had a lot of guys I knew. I had a lot of people to run with and cut up with. So, transition was easy for me because I had a lot of people that were from my area that I had either played sports against or from my hometown.
Yeah. I went to school to Methodist in Fayetteville for 1 year, and there was a lot of kids from Florida down there. A lot of kids from Florida. I mean, a lot of them. For the same area you from, Fort Myers and Ocala and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They got it from.
So a lot of the coaches at Fayetteville State at the time, a lot of the coaches were from Florida at the time, so that's why they recruited from Florida a lot.
Correct, and they know the talent at too. All right, so we're in college. All right, do we have a career path already planned, or
sure
we just
I knew what I wanted to do when I hit college. I wanted to be a PE teacher. No doubt about it in my mind. I wanted to get paid to play. I teach people how to play, paid to play. The best job in America, John. I'm telling you, being a PE teacher is the best job in America. Now, what people don't understand is one of the hardest degrees to get. There's a whole lot of science, classes you got to take. And then you've got to pass that test at the end of the year. A lot of people graduate with a degree, but they're not certified because they can't pass the test. Yeah. So I was one of the lucky ones. I was able to pass the test. I had some great teachers.
It's like you have some pretty good grades too, because just getting to school just like that, your grades had to be at least decent, correct?
You want me to be honest with you?
Of course, yeah, of course.
All right. No, I see my way through high school.
Gotcha.
All I wanted to do was play football, wrestle, run track, chase girls, and eat lunch. I'm just gonna be honest.
Get that free meal, yeah.
But see, back then you could get in college with a C average. It wasn't a big thing. You could get in college with C average. You can't do it now, but you could back then.
Gotcha. All right, so tell me one of your fondest memories at Fayetteville State. What did you guys do off campus, or what was the spot you guys hung at?
Man, we hung at a lot of spots down there. We had a club down the road off of Murchison Road called the Spectrum, and further down you had one called Studio One. One of my most memorable moments at Fayetteville State is homecoming, when we had Trouble Funk to come out and they set up on our football field and played. We had just one of the best homecomings ever. Yeah.
Gotcha. So if you don't know, Coach probably got a shirt on now, Q Dog shirt. So why was it the Q Dogs? Why you pledged Q Dog in college? Why was it anybody else? Why was it Q Dogs?
Well, I'll put it this way. I had more in common with the guys that were in Omega Psi Phi fraternity at Fayetteville State than any other organization on Fayetteville State. Also, the fact that I had a cousin that had pledged Omega Psi Phi also. It was just a great fit. It fit my personality. Just I can't explain it to you, but it fit my personality and the guys I like to hang out with. So that's the route I took. Yeah, it's about manhood, scholarship, perseverance, and uplift.
I remember being in school and being at the parties and whatnot, and you got all the guys stepping and everything. You know, you can mess with everybody in there. Mess with the daggone cute dogs. Only one you don't mess with them cute dogs.
Well, we run it.
I'm sorry.
We run in packs, so you better be careful.
So, would you recommend to a young man that's in college right now to pledge, and what's the benefits of pledging?
One of the biggest benefits especially for me, was the brotherhood and the networking. I mean, in my fraternity, we cover all occupations, and we're leaders in all occupations. It's just connections to help you get jobs or to become known. I would definitely recommend that young men in college experience the fraternity environment. But you got to do your research,
Correct.
Don't do it because somebody else did it. Do your research. See what those guys on campus are all about. Because if they're all about brutality, now we can be rough. The Qs can be rough, but there's a difference between pledging and brutality, and when you're hurting people. So I tell them to do your research. Get to know the people who are actually pledging, and then determine whether you've got the intestinal fortitude to go through that process.
Gotcha. All right, Coach. So we've left Florida. We came to Fayetteville. We got established. We played in football. We got a career path on schedule. How do we get from Fayetteville to Hamlet, North Carolina?
Actually, my first job was at 71st High School.
71st. Oh Lord.
I was coaching with Coach Poss, who went on to win the state that year in '85. I was working at 71st.
You got two in the possible at 71st. They got two in the possible. Go ahead, Coach.
So I was working at 71st that summer. But the job I had was the in-school suspension coordinator. I was waiting for the PE teacher to retire the next year. And so one of my advisors called me and said, do you want to be an in-school suspension coordinator or do you want to be a PE teacher and a coach? I said, I want to be a PE teacher and a coach. So he gave me the number. I called Dr. Robert Beck at Hamlet. We set up an interview. I went in for the interview with Dr. Beck. He hired me on the spot. And I accepted the job, and that was where I ended up at Hamlet Junior High.
If you would have told how old was I in 7th grade? If you had told the 7th grade me that Coach Mason was a Red Ram before he was a Rocket, I wouldn't have believed it. I wouldn't have believed it.
Well,
so tell me. Go ahead, Coach.
Go ahead.
So tell me some of the people that was at the school when you got there at Hamlet.
Oh, man, we had a boatload of athletes. Losing was not in our category. I had Mike Thomas, Oscar Sturgis, James Hamilton, Wells Gullish, Dalton Stroman, Brent Barbie, Todd Schultz, Keith Quick, Rochelle Bailey, Samantha Daw. I can name them all. And we dominated. I mean, we really did dominate. I think we only lost that one football game against Rockingham in 1988. Flip Ellerby crawled in the end zone. It was dark. They should have stopped the game. You couldn't even see the football. and we were going into double overtime, and my boy said they flipped on the 1 yard line, but by the time the referee got there, Flip was laying in the end zone. He crawled in the end zone. So that's the only game that I lost while I was at Hamlet. Like I said, I just had some monsters. Oscar Sturgis and Mike Thomas. They were walking around campus looking like they belonged to senior high school. Had people like Kenny Bright, Reggie Felder, Kevin Scott, Fred Diggs, and the list goes on and on. I mean, just pure athletes. Eric Thomas, Wendell Wells, you name them, I had them, and they were dominant players, basketball and football.
Who's on your staff at Hamlet as far as coaches?
Back then, let me see. We had Keith McKenzie, Coach Fielder. I can't remember his real name. Coach Balcom, Thomas Balcom. We had Dale Denson.
Coach Denson
was there. Keith McKenzie was there. I'm missing Ronnie Yarborough. Ronnie Yarborough was there. We had a hell of a coaching staff. I mean, a hell of a coach. And all those guys went on to either coach at the high school and to dominate coaching all over the county and all over the state.
Okay. So why did we leave Hamlet for Rockingham? What happened?
What happened was my mama developed cancer in 1988. She developed cancer. So I packed up my bags and moved back to Florida to take care of my mom and made sure that her house was not going to be foreclosed on. So I stayed there. She died in 89. And I called Dr. Weatherly, and Dr. Weatherly told me to come on back to Richmond County. He had a job for me, and that job was at Rockingham Junior High School. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I did not want to go to Rockingham Junior High. I was a Red Ram. I was a Red Ram through and through, man. I was. That was my first love. I'm just going to tell you the truth. That was my first love. But he told me that he said, hey, he said it's either Rockingham Junior High or nothing. So I took the job at Rockingham Junior High in 1990. I came back to Richmond County in 1990, took the job at Rockingham Junior High, and then I fell in love with Rockingham Junior High. I was at Rockingham Junior High for 14 years. 14 years.
Do y'all hear this? He ruined my childhood. I hear that, man. I couldn't imagine, but hey, okay, great.
But you got to understand, my kids at Rockingham, my kids at Hamlet give me a hard time about being at Rockingham. You know?
Yeah, I got you. It definitely makes sense. So, at Rockingham, tell me about your family life. How many kids and grandkids you got?
Wow, I got a total of 5 kids. And 5 grandkids.
Okay, cool.
3 boys and 2 girls. We're empty nest right now. We're the only ones in the house right now. All my kids have grown and gone. I got one, my oldest daughter, she does hair, and Haley, my youngest daughter, she works for Duke University. Darren works for a medical research company. That's my youngest son. Wesley is in the military. He's my second oldest son, my third child. And my oldest son is just trying to get his life right.
Okay. So how old were you when we had your first child?
17.
17.
I had my
Gotcha. So you going in high school with a child?
Yeah, he was born in 79. My senior year in high school. Yeah.
Okay, nothing wrong with that. Gotcha. So I'm guessing that impacted the way you trying to schedule that path to being a PE teacher?
Well, yeah, that's why I went to work. I graduated in June of 1980. I went to truck driving school. Started driving dump trucks for Mack Asphalt Company. And then, like I said, in December of 80, had the opportunity to go to college. My mom, wasn't for my mom. My mom decided that she would keep my son while I was in college. And so that's what freed me up to go to college. Because I had my son, not his mom. I had him ever since he was like 2 months old. Because,
so you're a single dad in college?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's a whole different view of college right there. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. But my mom had him while I was in college. Okay. And then when I come home, I had to take him everywhere I go. She said, "You take him everywhere you go." So
I got you. So what did coaching teach you about life in general? Like, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Well, coach, one thing I learned from coaching is that you have the opportunity to impact other young people's lives. You can either impact them in a positive manner or you can impact them in a negative manner. I've had some coaches, even to this day, I have a dislike for because I feel like they were just trying to dog us out and hurt us. But then I got coaches, like I said before, that I love because they were just always trying to lead you in the right direction. They kept it real. They just told you like it was. And so I kind of like adopted that philosophy when I was working with y'all. I was basically trying to keep it real and tell y'all how life was out here in these streets.
Yeah, definitely there. Okay, how do you think sports directly impact student development? Is it a good thing? Is it a great thing? Or it goes hand in hand with academics?
I think sports, being a part of a team, makes you feel like you belong. It's the quickest way to acclimate yourself to a campus. Like, for instance, when we moved from Belglade to Riverdale, nobody knew us. I'll be honest with you, John, we got suspended the first day on campus at Riverdale High School. We got into a big fight. There were some racial issues going on at Riverdale. Now, remember, I'm coming from a predominantly Black environment, and we were in the cafeteria. My brother was in front of me. I was behind him. And somebody yelled, they call Big Red, some boy just hit your sister. I saw my brother drop his tray and take off running. Of course, I'm running right behind him. And we pretty much wrecked that cafeteria. Yeah, we pretty much, and they sent me, my brother, and my sister home for 10 days.
The moms cut about that dish.
Yeah, but when we came back, we had no more problems. No, we had no more problems. They said them boys from Belgrade. They said them boys from Belgrade are crazy. And what happened was, my sister said that cafeteria was segregated. We didn't know. And my sister sat in the white section at a table, and those girls didn't like it. So they called their boyfriends to make her move. And one of the boys hit my sister because she wouldn't move, and it was on. It was on.
It just didn't know who you were messing with.
And then just so happened we found out that he played football. So we told him, we'll see you in practice. So we also got even when we got back from 10 days, we got even with him out there on that football field too.
So how older is Big Rig than you? 2 years?
He's 2 years older than me.
Got 2 years.
Yeah, he's 2 years older than me.
All right. So with your vast coaching experience, what advice would you give a young coach starting out?
I would tell them to seek out those coaches that have been there before, that can basically tell you some of the mistakes that they made as a young coach. Like for me, as for example, at Hamlet, I was back then, John, in '85. You had to know me. I was arrogant. I thought I knew everything.
I
didn't know everything, but I thought I knew everything about football. And I eventually came to realize there was a lot more to football than just blocking and tackling. There was a lot of organizational things that had to take place, scheduling, practice. I mean, it was a lot. Yeah.
For sure. All right. So let's see. Okay. All right, so I question in my head and it just left me, but I'm gonna come back to it. So that's what it was. Coaching style. Is your coaching style now similar to what it was, or it's totally different? Because as I know, these kids these days is different than my kids, my day growing up, and I'm sure earlier kids. So has your style of coaching changed with the times, or have you made the kids adjust to you?
It's a little both. Back in the day with Mike Thomas and all those guys, you can get physical with those guys, and parents were very supportive. You snatch one by the face mask or kick one in the butt, it wasn't a big thing. Working with today's kids, you do that. Parents try to take your job. So you're gonna have to change based upon what's allowed and what's not allowed. It was back in the day, a coach slapping somebody up beside the helmet wasn't a big deal. Today, people make a big deal out of it. So you just have to change with the times. So my coaching style today, like for instance, when I was coaching down in South Carolina at Blenheim Middle School, was a lot different from when I coached you guys. I went at you guys real hard, but I had to pull back down in Blenheim because kids are a lot more sensitive.
You're soft. Soft.
Yeah. Whereas with you guys, I could talk about your mamas and daddies, and you didn't take it personal. But today's kids, if you talk about their mom and dad, they run home and tell, and now you got a big mess on your hand.
Big mess. Okay, Coach. My question is befuddling me right now. Okay, so we at Rockingham. How long did you spend at Rockingham, coaching and also doing PE?
See, I was there 14 years. So I coached from 1990 until 2001. Okay. I coached football, baseball, softball, but mainly football from 1990 to 2001. In 2001, I became assistant principal at Rockingham and gave my job to Coach Wright, Daryl Wright. He took over my job in 2001. Yeah.
Coach Wright is the coach that the guy that's under me always speak of. I'm like, well, I don't know. I ain't had Coach Wright. I had Mason. But they all speak about Coach Wright also. Kind of similar to Mason from what I hear. But
we had he had some good years. He came from Rohannon. He was at Rohannon, came from Rohannon, and came to Rockingham. We were in 2001. Let's see, from 98 to 2001, I think we were undefeated at Rockingham, and I was planning on winning it again in 2001. But they decided to move me into assistant principal, so I decided to take the job.
Gotcha. For all the people that's watching and want to know, because you named them Hamlet guys just like that, who are some of the top athletes you've seen during your Rockingham days?
Woo! You got Willie Quick, Eric Davis, Marcus Rush, Antoine Ingram, Jim Sharp, John Carter. Can't leave Michael Allen, Demetrius Covington, Derek Green, Michael Green, Philip Dumas, Zach Covington, Antonio Wall.
What's up, guys? Technical difficulty. Can you hear me, Coach?
Yeah, I got you.
I had to come up my cell phone on because my computer won't come back on. But I think we was naming some of them athletes. Give them guys a little bit of shine.
Yeah, like I started.
You name most of them, Coach.
Yeah, but of course, Brad Denson, um, uh, Joe English, who's also out there coaching right now. D'Angelo Davis, Brian Wall was a beast.
Brian Wall was a monster.
Maurice Conaway, Daniel it's Daniel Covington from Little Philly. Here, his cousin Terry Covington, that Little Philly crew. I used to get a lot of athletes out of Little Philly. So I give a shout out there, and Long Drive Crew, and just so many names. Timus Terry, Lamont Terry.
That whole crew, Hamilton, all them.
Yeah, Hamilton Clark and Adrian Clark, and it just that list just goes. I got even Patrick Hope, who's out there coaching right now. A lot of those guys out there coaching right now came through the Rockingham program.
For sure.
Came through the Rockingham program. So I have coached a lot of good athletes over the years.
All right, Coach. All right, guys, I apologize, man. This crazy weather done threw us all off and everything, but we still with you. So you're made the principal, and then I see you got to Richmond at one point, correct?
Yes. After I retired from Leake Street or Ashley Chapel, I retired from being a principal there. I moved over to Richmond as associate principal with Keith McKenzie. I did that for 2 years. I really enjoyed my time at Richmond, working under Keith McKenzie. You know, we both started the teaching together at Hamlet Junior High. Yeah. We both started teaching and coaching together at Hamlet Junior High, and we both finished our career at Richmond together.
I skipped Leake Street, and that's a very important place because I'm a Leake Street alumni myself. You know, they kicked me out of Rockingham, and I was forced to go to Leake Street and do 2 grades in 1 year. But speak about your time at Leake Street and taking a job like that. I think you were one of the perfect guys to take a job like that at Leake Street.
Man, my time at Leake Street, man, we were a family, man. You know, they said that was the place where all the bad kids go. But I tell you what, the staff I put together at Leake Street, they really took care of our kids, man. I loved Leake Street. I got to a point where I bled blue and gold. I was a true Tiger. We had some tough kids now, don't get me wrong, but because we showed them that we loved them and we treated them like they were at a regular school. We went on senior trips, just like Richmond went on senior trips. We went on college tours, just like Richmond went on college tours. Basically, what I told them, that just because you're at the alternative school does not mean you cannot be successful. So we had a lot of kids. We introduced kids to military, had a lot of kids to graduate, go to the military, had some to go to RCC. What's Ashley's last name? Well, we had some kids to go to 4-year universities. And matter of fact, I can't remember Ashley Hines, matter of fact. She not only graduated from Leake Street, she went to Winston-Salem State, graduated, and got her bachelor's degree, went on and got her master's degree, and she's doing well. I mean, she's right over there from that Skipper Street area, somewhere over there. And so we had a lot of success stories at Leake Street. Not everybody that came through made it because, you know me, it was my way or the highway. So I had no problem telling people to get to stepping. So
we know about that, Coach. Okay, go ahead.
But if you came to Leake Street or Ashley Chapel, and you with the mindset that I'm going to improve myself, I had the people to help you.
Got you. So what made you want to be part of, if you guys don't know, Coach Mason is also part of the Richmond County School Board of Education. So when that opportunity presented itself, why did you dive head first in it, Coach?
Well, once again, it gave me an opportunity to have an impact on what goes on for students and parents in Richmond County. It just gave me a bigger platform to push and voice my opinion and try to help those parents and kids in the county.
Gotcha. And how long have you been serving on the school board?
I'm finishing up I'm getting ready to start my 8th year. And so I'll have to run again in May. I'll have to run again in 2026 if I'm going to go and do another 4 years. So it's 4-year term.
Yeah,
I plan on putting my name on the ballot. It's up to people of Richmond County whether they want to keep me on the board or not. And so I'll respect whatever Richmond County says, and if I'm not on the board anymore, I'll just keep it moving.
I'm gonna say this from the heart. I've had my issue with school boards. Went to war with a couple of them, and the person that was always there to help me and spoke up for me, my program, or whatever I had going on was Coach Mason. So if you guys know about Coach Mason, you need to have him on the board, because if not, you might not have nobody who can call and speak for you. So vote for Coach Mason. So you said you retired and then came back to coach and to teach in Bennettsville. So tell me about that.
I've been in Bennettsville. I'm starting my 10th year down in Bennettsville. I've been down there going on 10 years now. I got down there and I started coaching middle school football and doing PE at Blenheim Middle School. Matter of fact, we played Rockingham, I think, 3 or 4 times.
Did you win?
And
Yeah,
we won.
Okay, I didn't know that.
I didn't lose but one game, and I coached for 6 years. I lost one game in 6 years.
So is it the coaching or the talent?
It's both. I'm gonna give it to both. I'm gonna give it to my athletes. But when you got horses, you can get it done. Yeah, we played Rockingham, we played Spring Hill, we played Carver, we played Anson. We came across the border.
So, Coach, after being gone from coaching,
14
years, it seems like you love to coach kids. You came back after the 14 years and retirement to coach middle school again. It's something about
when you're a PE teacher, you got to coach something.
You got a choice.
And so my choice, if I got to coach something, it's going to be football. So I went back to coaching football. And
name me a couple guys from down there that you had come through.
Oh man, James McCoy. They don't come as quickly as
the new ones don't come as quickly. Like, wow, the new ones.
Yeah, they don't come as smoothly as the rest of them do. But I had some great athletes down there, man, and they did well. They did really well.
So you're done coaching down there also, right?
Yeah, I'm done. I'm teaching 4th and 5th graders now.
Okay. What subject?
PE.
PE. Okay.
PE. It's the best.
You PE the whole time.
Hey, best job in America. I keep trying to tell you. Best job in America is PE.
I got you. Okay, so your wife, Miss Mason, speak on your wife, because she's been around as long as I've pretty much known you. Speak on the influence she had on you coaching and raising the kids and allowing you to be who you are.
Yeah, well, that's my partner, my partner in crime. We've been rolling together for going on 33 years. We both are PE teachers, so we have a lot in common. It's rare to find a female that loves football as much as she does. She'll sit down and watch football games with me, basketball games. Of course, my wife was an athlete too. She was a star athlete at Richmond back in the day, and at Rockingham too back in the day. And so we'll sit down and watch volleyball, sport events. She loves sports. I love sports. So we have that in common. She's heavy in the church. She loves herself some God, loves herself some church, and that's what helped her to reel me in and get me out them streets. So I got myself a church girl, and it's been good. It's been a really good relationship, and I wouldn't trade anything for it.
Well, Coach, listen, man, it's been an honor to interview you and find out some stuff that I didn't know about you. and for folks that didn't know, to also learn with me. And like I say, growing up, you was one of the guys that, the guys like me who was, had all kind of daddy issues and needed attention and stuff. But you was one of the guys that, even though you was rough on us, we knew kids know when coaches got love for them. Even when it's tough love, they know that it's love. And
I think I lost you, John.
yeah, it's weather's crazy. So
Yeah.
but if you could talk to some kids around Richmond County right now, just give them 1 or 2 minutes of encouragement. What would you tell these kids that's growing up in environments that they probably don't want to be in, but just encourage them that the world is bigger than their 2 blocks or the block that they live on.
Right. I tell kids all the time, your current reality is not does not have to dictate your future. What dictates your future are the decisions you make as you move towards adulthood. I tell kids all the time that, like I used to tell you guys, you're such in a rush to become an adult, but you don't have a clue about what it is, what it takes to be an adult. Being an adult is hard, man, if you don't have money. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. Money makes the world go around. And so I tell them, you don't have to necessarily go to college, but you got to have a job skill. You got to have a plan on how you're going to accumulate your money. Hopefully you're going to do it in a legal way. But the easiest way I found out was either learn a job skill by going to RCC or the military or going to some type of trade school, or to go to college, get an education. You got to have one or the other if you're going to be successful. And especially in this technical world that we live in right now. Education or job skill they're very important, because my first job skill was driving trucks. I had no intention. I was going to stay home, take care of my son, and drive trucks the rest of my life. But the opportunities came forth, and I took advantage of it, and I am where I am now.
Yeah, you heard that? Opportunity presented itself. You took advantage of it, all right? So sometimes your plans is not God's plans, but remember to take advantage of all your opportunities. You don't get a million of them, but that one you get, take advantage of it. So thank you a lot, Coach, for coming on here, man. Next year, he's running for the Board of Ed again. You guys going to either vote him in. I'll come online in, promote it too. But we're going to vote him back in there. Thanks, Coach Mason, for coming on here during this storm that we had the past 30, 40 minutes. But we all love you, man. Appreciate you for what you've done for us, man. And have a great retirement after your retirement, whenever you decide to retire again.
Yeah. Well, let me shout out to Boosie, because he gonna get on me if I don't call his name. Boosie is another Rockingham Rocket that has assumed the head coach basketball job at the high school. There's so many good athletes I've had at Rockingham, like Jarrell Little too. I can't remember them all, but I love y'all all. I love all of you, and I've enjoyed you. Y'all made my occupation, my job easy. You really did. You really did. You made my job easy, and I appreciate all of you.
All right, Coach, man. You have a good evening, man. Status Ray, be blessed, and we'll see you next year when you run for the Board of Ed again, all right?
All right. Peace.
Be blessed, Coach. All right, guys. Great interview with Coach Mason. The storm was doing its thing, but we managed to work through it. And hey, what's that? We're doing legends, baby. Legends only, baby. Can you imagine it? Hey, life is crazy, man. But before he gone now, but keep our team, man. I was in 7th grade, man. Keep our team, man. I ain't forgot it yet, man. But I learned a valuable lesson. You can't do what you want to do and expect to be on somebody else's thing. All right? Follow the rules. You want to be somebody else's program. Believe that. All right, guys, you know how I do. Next Tuesday, we got Skylar Austin and Steve Austin on here at 8 p.m., all right? We're talking about D1 athletes in 2025. A lot of you parents want y'all kids to be star athletes and get NIL deals and everything, but you got to learn what it takes to get to that level, all right? Can't just be lazy, sitting around doing nothing, all right? We're going to learn what it takes to be a 10th grader with Ohio State, Tennessee, Georgia, all the big schools wanting you, okay? So this Tuesday. Also, Tuesday, the last day to pre-order your jerseys. Don't come calling me, hey, Carter, I forgot. You don't get no jersey, Carter. I'm going to stop by the store. No, take your butt online and order the jersey. Y'all love trying to stop by the store. They are online. You go to Shein, you go to Fashion Nova and order stuff.
Welcome to Shirt Action in Rockingham, North Carolina, where creativity meets fabric. Discover our custom printed wonders at www.shirtaction.com or call us at 910-997-2610. We're not just a store, we're your partners in design. Unleash your style with our monthly specials, the hottest deals in town. Local or miles away, Shirt Action delivers personalized perfection. Dive into our vibrant world where ideas come to life on fabric. Join the revolution, dial in, or click your way to www.shirtaction.com now and let Shirt Action transform your wardrobe with your custom order today.